If you played a game of Frisbee at the park, you'll probably know how fun it is. But did you know that throwing the flying disc could be considered a competitive sport? Well, for the sportsmen of the Ultimate Frisbee Super League, it most certainly is. James has more.
They're warriors of the field. They're the fastest, smartest and most agile of players. But hang on a sec, aren't they playing Frisbee?
Well, this isn't your average throw and catch game in the park. This is a place where Frisbee throwing is taken very, very seriously.
Ultimate Frisbee is an international game that's become more and more popular over the years.
Well, it started in the 60s over in the States. There was a bunch of college students that were actually lived near the Frisbee pie co. They used to grab these pie tins. Now these were metal, very heavy and quite hard. They used to play in a gravel car park, and the game was whoever turned up, catch in the end zone and go home when it got dark.
The game's fast and free-flowing, and it's combined a whole heap of different sports to create a super game. It blends parts of netball, American football, and rugby. It's played between two sides of 7 players, and the basic aim is for the team with the Frisbee to pass it up the field, till they finally pass it to a teammate in the end zone and score. Like in netball, players aren't allowed to run with the ball. Instead, they have to use lots of different throws to reach their teammate without being intercepted.
Alright Dan, can you show me some of the different throws you use?
Well, the first is the backhand. That's one of the most commonly used throws. The idea is you point your shoulder at where you want to throw, hold the disc nice and tight, and then flick your wrist. The next one is the forehand. It's on the other side of the body, the idea being to throw around the defender in front of you. Last throw is the hammer. This one's to throw over defenders that might be standing in your way when you can't throw a forehand or a backhand. So the idea is to put it above your head and throw it much like a ball.
If the Frisbee is intercepted, dropped or thrown out of bounds, it's given to the team defending, and then they become the attackers. One of the big differences to most competitive sports is that there are no referees in Ultimate Frisbee, so the players have to make their own calls and trust their opponents to play fairly. Now here in Adelaide, they're starting up a youth league, which will be one of the first of its kind in Australia. It's an opportunity for kids over 12 to come out and get some coaching from the best players in the state. But across Australia, there are many ways to get out and play Ultimate Frisbee.
The best way to start out is with a local club somewhere close to you where you can go along, have a bit of fun, learn a bit about the game, and if you get better, you can go interstate and play against the best in the country, and if you're really good, you can play for Australia, go overseas and play against the best in the world.
So after a bit of coaching from Dan, I was ready to give it a go myself. I was straight into the action, but my first throw didn't work out so well, giving the other side an easy interception. After a little while, I started to pick it up a bit, and thanks to a long throw from one of my teammates, I even scored my first ever point in Ultimate Frisbee. And with all the fun I had out there, I think I might have found my new favourite sport.
Did you know that an Ultimate Frisbee weighs 175 grams, 15 grams more than your average freestyle Frisbee? Their heavier disc flies further and moves faster.